Hello, welcome to Bidwell Spring. This is our third public salon and the fourth event, including the very first Future Stories sessions that we had with Joy Green that took place in January. My name is Jason Page. I'm the founder of the Southeast Salon. And just a little bit about the salon. The Southeast Salon is a global access point for conversations and solutions about and for Southeast London. We use our platform to elevate the people, the communities, the organizations, and the creative entrepreneurs of the best corner of the capital. I'd like to introduce Louise Armstrong, one of the co-founders of the Peckham Coal Line, and Lisa Bruce, who is one of our community coordinators for the project, who's just joined as of last week. Hello, Louise. Hello, Lisa.
Hi.
Hi.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, Lisa. I'd also like to introduce Galina Wren, who you can't see, who's producing this event, but you will definitely hear from in the future, in future events. Thank you, Wren, for helping us out with all the tech and producing our event. So just to jump in, basically it is spring and things are reopening. It's a time for openings and new beginnings. This is a time we, normally everybody's coming out of their house, but even more so now because of the lockdowns that we're emerging from slowly. And as we do this, we wanted to open this process up to the designers to begin working with the community, that's you, on this endeavor to connect Queens Road with Bidwell Street. The Southeast Salon has been working with the Peckham Coal Line since December of last year on a community engagement campaign ahead of the design and procurement process to ensure that the community around Queens Road and Bidwell Street are at the heart of the designs and at the end result. And as end users, we and you and everyone around the area will benefit most from this project, which is a volunteer-led project over the better part of the last decade. And we're opening up a closed door process. What is normally, the regeneration process, the development process in our communities normally happens behind closed doors. Consultations are often are very exclusive, not very inclusive. And we also often see the results before we have a chance to really interact with the process. And so we're basically trying to upend that by engaging with you, the community, get your ideas, bring in people, do some exercise, some engagement on site, in this case at Bidwell Street with some of the partnering organizations, or at least organizations that are in the area. And we believe that this is a case study in positive regeneration. And we're excited to have successfully launched a positive experience based on the feedback that we've gotten so far.
Yeah, so when we left you last, kind of end of January, there've been lots of things that have been happening behind the scenes to help find the design teams that we hope to work with on the Bidwell Street site. So if you remember Bidwell Street and Queens Road, we've got some money from Southwark Council and the Mayor of London to do the first part of that bit of the coal line, bring it to life. And we really need a team of designers and architects and engineers to work with us to bring that vision to life. So what we did since the end of January was we created a design brief. So that was a document that outlines the requirements, the skills, the expectations and expertise that we really need to make this possible. Directed them to the salons and some of the social media and ideas and visions that you've all shared with us as well. We invited a number of different practices to pitch for that design work. We ran a Zoom briefing session, which is always a bit nerve-wracking because you never know who's going to turn up, but we had a really great group of people that joined us to hear a bit more from Jason and myself about the project and the needs. Had some really great questions from them as well, which helped us to really refine what we needed to. In the end, we had 4 different firms or collaborations pitch for the work. They sent us a 10-page document that kind of outlined their approach, their ideas, their experience of what they wanted to do. And we're really grateful to all 4 of those teams for putting their time and energy into making that happen. We know it takes a lot of work doing these things, and often that doesn't get recognised. So yeah, really grateful for all the creativity from all those teams. What we then did was shortlist out of those 4. That was between some of the Peckham Coal Line team, Southwark Council and the Mayor's office helped us to do that as well. And we have invited 2 teams that you'll hear a bit more from tonight to the next round. We have also given them a small bit of money to support this stage as well. just recognizing that we don't want to be exploiting the labor of people. It's kind of just a token of value. And we've invited them to do a couple of things: to create a video to share with all of you, which tells us a bit more about the approach. And we're also inviting them to an interview on Wednesday, where we're going to hear a little bit more from them about what we're doing. So yeah, we're really excited to share the videos with you. We think we could work with both teams. They both bring different approaches, and yeah, would love to hear your thoughts about what you like about them and what you think it would enable us to do together.
Yeah, thank you, Louise. This is an interesting time to have the salon. It's going to be a shorter salon. We're just showing the videos, but we're also introducing two new members to the team, Lisa Bruce and Galina Wren. Just briefly, Lisa Bruce is an events planner for the past 20 years. She lives locally and has helped out with producing the Peckham Festival for the last few years. And we really enjoy working with Lisa because she brings the community, her community ties and knowledge of all things Peckham to the project. How are you doing today, Lisa?
I'm great. I have been an event planner for a long time, but I definitely haven't been producing the Peckham Festival for the last few years. That was down to somebody else. But I did come on initially as a volunteer in 2018, and then in 2019 as an event coordinator and volunteer manager. But being the producer, that wasn't my job. I would love to say it was, and it was done fantastically, but I've produced other really fantastic jobs over the years, but that is not mine. I've worked with the theatre local in Peckham, which was to do with the Royal Court Theatre, when just after the London riots, the Royal Court Theatre wanted to engage the local community in showing something else, a little bit of theatre, and kind of trying to engage something else and something new. That was at the Bussey building. So I worked on that, and I've also helped with working with a fantastic gentleman called Nicholas, who you probably all may know from Peckham People. And I kind of helped manage his gallery 10.5 a couple of years ago. And so, yeah, I've been around and about for a long time, so you may have seen my face.
Definitely. Thank you,
And
Lisa.
I'm really happy to come on board.
Well, we're really excited to have you. We had a walk around on Friday
We did.
of last week and checked out the site, walked through Kirkwood Nature Reserve and the Coastal Estate. And so it's really nice to, it was nice to be outside. It was nice to be together as a group. And I would also like to welcome Galina Wren to the project. Wren is a producer, filmmaker, singer-songwriter, as well as the producer of all of our online salons over the past year. And one of the things I really enjoy about Wren, she is not only a creative person, but also a very tech-savvy person in terms of bringing all sorts of different types of content to the virtual world. So we're really excited to have Wren on the project as well. So you'll be hearing a lot more from Lisa and Wren in the future. And we're excited to be working together and working with you, our neighbors, and the community. We're looking to plan some interactions on site and virtually that will ensure that everyone has a stake in the final design. And now I'd like to show the films if we can. So as Louise said, we've got two shortlisted for the project, two architecture firms shortlisted for the project. We'd like to introduce them to you through a video that each have made about their ideas, about their practices, and the visions that they've got. So first, the first video that we've got is from Nim Tim Architects. Let's roll the video.
Hi, we're from Nim Tim Architects, and I'm Nimi.
And I'm Ali. We deliver playful architecture that celebrates colour, materiality, and its users. Bidwell Street was an existing hedgerow that separated two fields on either side. The railway bridge creates a natural threshold for opportunities for installations and intervention. So creating an accessible connection to Castle Walk and Bidwell Street is key.
We want to create a new public square that might be a place for children to do doorstop play, or potentially a place for the older generation to sit and meet, or even for young people from nearby areas to get together. So this is the linear aspect of our project, and we'd like to make it more safe for pedestrians and cyclists. And so it will be interesting to focus on ways to do that, which may be through some of the planting.
Also wayfinding, so a lot of surface treatment can emphasize a way and connection to the Peckham coal line. We want to work alongside artists to help interpret and reflect the ideas and ambitions of the local community.
We're Artist Hive Studios. I'm Mark.
And I'm Chantal.
The site is made up of lots of intersecting connections, meaning the artworks and architectural approach can be discovered in various ways. We want to play on the idea of perspectives in the artist briefing, working with PCL to establish a brief that considers the environment and reflects the diversity and heritage of the area.
We would plan to have a series of workshops with the community, an artist in residence based on the High Street, and a series of meanwhile interventions.
We have delivered similar projects in and across Enfield, working with various stakeholders in the community. We would look to form a community panel who could carry out the future legacy of the Peckham Coal Line arts.
This piece can be found at Holcombe Market in Tottenham. One of our artists from the studios was commissioned to make the piece with the council. It's a great example of wayfinding through the market. The concept was developed with the community in mind.
We hope that through workshops and engagements, we can highlight the concerns and the hopes of the community.
Okay, thank you, Nimtim. I think we're back. What I really liked about that submission was their dedication to art and creativity. They really bring a lot of different elements in terms of the imagery that they shared with some of the ideas that they want to do. And I liked how they used the planters as an example of how they use the natural environment. I think that also is a good link to what's going on inside the gates at Kirkwood. And their ideas were very interactive, especially with forming a panel and workshops. Lisa and Louise, what did you guys think?
I really like the arts based piece too, kind of the color, the wayfinding, and it really reminded me of the first salon we had with Vicky Morehouse, who was talking about this idea of this kind of arts legacy that the coal line could offer as well. So it really feels like they've taken that idea and thinking about ways to put that into practice. It feels really exciting.
For me also, there's one thing I completely missed out, that I've been working at the Tate as a volunteer for the past 5 years. So art is my absolute passion. So for me, that is a massive, huge thing for me. So yeah, I did love it. I did think there was something that they really kind of brought. They did a lot of research as well. You could see that the research was really kind of evident there. So,
and I like the idea, sort of calling it a public square, place for lots of different people to come and interact as well. That'd be great.
You mentioned the elderly as well and the mixed generational thing. To me, I think that's really important.
Definitely. Yeah, it was a good submission. Thank you both. Next, we'd like to go to our second submission, which is from landscape architects Gregor Coxell, and in partnership with Urban Symbiotics. Let's roll the video. Thank you.
So hi, I'm Stephanie. Stephanie from Urban Symbiotics.
Hi, I'm Will from McGregor Coxell, and we're here sat on the Bidwell Street section of the Peckham Coal Line.
Really loud train is
What's your idea on improving the area?
And I guess this is all about harnessing existing infrastructure, making a stronger green corridor for the community.
7-year-old and a 4-year-old. She used to always come and ride her push bike along here, and I just like everyone knows everyone in this estate, so it'd be nice if they probably every now and again put a fun day on in that little park there.
Yeah.
Everybody together. Nature reserve. What birds and stuff? But it's like yeah. Oh, okay, I never knew that.
These kind of subtle adaptations to the urban fabric or the urban environment, the physical and the hard stuff and start to sort of chip away at it and make it greener.
It really is an amazing piece of nature right in the heart of Peckham.
And imagine if you had something like this running the full length from Queen's Road to Peckham Rye.
I mean, it would be amazing if we started almost with like pop-up planters.
Not only got designers and facilitators, we've got urban health specialists, we've got rail track engineers, structural engineers, people that can really kind of understand the physical nuts and bolts.
We come with the skills, we come with the knowledge, but most of all we come with the ability to really listen and work together with you.
As well, those are two really, really interesting takes on what could be done in the space. I really like how this latest submission, they've already begun to interact with the members of the community. There's a bit of a ad hoc interaction there, which is great. And talking to folks, that's the sort of the key behind this project, is to try to get as many ideas as possible from the people who are going to be using this space the most. So that was really exciting to see. And yet another person, it's interesting, we always meet people who have no idea what's going on in Kirkwood Nature Reserve. So that was incredible. Louise, Lisa, what'd y'all think?
Louise, do you want to go first? For me, I love the community interaction. Yeah, to me, that is really key for me, because I think a lot of people that live around here, sometimes when new projects happen, they feel like they've been a little bit left out.
Yeah.
And she just said one word: listen.
Yeah.
And to me, that is key. And she also mentioned well-being. And I don't want to go on about the C word, but we've got to kind of bring it up and lock down. But I think especially now, people really need to think about their physical and mental health. And it's just that just what she said, we listen, was just something that just hit me. As much as I liked, Lymington before, and I love what they're about and the colours, and it's very me, because I'm, into the art. But I think that, I don't know, it's going to be a hard one. It is going to be a hard one.
Yeah, it's the sort of the exploring the urban health piece.
Yeah.
I think feels really interesting in an urban area that's quite a busy road that's just next door as well. So yeah, that, and the whole idea is about creating a healthier space. And yeah, the word that you picked up, Lisa, about listening. So it's like, it's clear that they've got a whole range of skills that they come with, but it was the last line about really listening and working with us all that feels like it really sits with the ethos of what we're trying to do. But yeah, kind of, I think both submissions are really exciting, will take the project in a really great direction. So if only we could have both.
I know, pick a mix.
No, but I like that they both have already sort of gotten stuck in the site. The piece about Kirkwood Nature Reserve is interesting because, and wellness especially, because a lot of people don't realize that this beautiful sanctuary is sitting right in the middle of this urban setting. And that's partly because of the giant wall that runs alongside between Castle and the Nature Reserve and the tracks. But that's also because I think everybody is just, even before lockdown, everybody's just so busy doing, just running around and working and living their lives, raising families and things like that. But I think this is a wonderful opportunity to bring several different parts of the community together. And speaking of Kirkwood, I know that there are some developments with specifically the other entrance to the Nature Reserve. Louise, do you want to tell us a little bit more about what's going on there?
Yeah, so for those of you that might have walked through the Nature Reserve recently, at the Kirkwood Road end, you might have seen some round planters and some really lovely flowers that are all coming into bloom. Now it's spring. And just last week, there was a meeting on site with the Southwark Council team about putting the planters on the other side. There's currently a bit of a bare patch next to that. So there's some plans for some new planters there to make it kind of look a bit more complete than it does at the moment. And I know that Alan and Jackie, who were on the first salons, the Friends of Kirkwood Nature Reserve, they're planning a kind of neighbourhood party or celebration in the summer, hopefully, if we could all get together. So we're hoping that the second lot of planters will be done by then, and we can all get together and kind of celebrate and be together again after such a long time.
Definitely. I'd like to give another shout out to Alan and Jackie, who have been minding the nature reserve. I'd also like to say thank you to Tracy Francis, who joined us on the salon, and Vicky Morehouse and Councillor Johnson Situ, who were our guests, as well as Joy Green, who led our first session. So what happens next? Next, a small team of stakeholders, including volunteers from the Coal Line Project and representatives from the council, will select the winning team from those two that were shortlisted, based on these 2 video submissions and based on feedback from the community. So we appreciate all the ideas that have come through so far. And we'd also like to tell you that from today, we're going to continue to gathering your ideas. Please get in touch with us. We are also excited, just to reiterate, that Lisa and Ren have joined the team in order to help us engage with you, engage with the community, different organizations, different people around the neighborhood and the community, SE15, to get this space activated and possibly plan some in-person interactions, engagements as we are able to open up, obviously safely in terms of social distancing and just making sure everyone is keeping safe. But we're excited to be coming together at some point. And you can get in touch with us. You can tag us, you can shout us out, you can email us and share your ideas. You can email us at team@peckhamcoalline.org. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Peckham Coal Line. And you can find the Southeast Salon on Twitter at Southeast Salon, and on Instagram at the letters SE London Salon. Just to also let you know that we're looking to meet up with many different organizations and their audiences in the next few weeks, including Somerville Playland, Joe Richards' house, the Nature Reserve itself, Good Gym, John Dunn School, and lots of others. But if you have ideas for us, please get in touch, either by email or on social media. As we open up, I think we're going to be looking to plan some small gatherings in the space. So we need your ideas. We need your ideas for that. Lisa, Louise, do you guys have any final parting thoughts?
Yes, just quickly, if you see me out and about, you may be seeing me giving these flyers and some stickers out. Mm-hmm. So don't be afraid of me. I'll be talking to you and kind of trying to engage with you. We kind of know each other pretty much anyway. So I'm not going to be hopefully a stranger to you, but hopefully going to be meeting with some schools and local TAs. So yeah, so hopefully that's going to be in the next month to 6 weeks. Yeah. So
yeah. Thank you, Lisa. Louise?
Nothing more from me. Yeah, we're going to be busy with the interviews with these teams this week, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to share with you soon who we work with and how you can interact with them.
Awesome. I'd like to say thank you to NIMTIM and to McGregor, Coxall, and Urban Symbiotics for their submissions. You guys are brilliant. It's going to be very difficult to make a decision. Thank you to Louise, Lisa, and Ren for having such an amazing team. And thank you to everyone out there who's watching tonight. Please get in touch with us and have your say, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you.